And we're finally here. SummerSlam 2023. I've reviewed 1988 to 2022, and throughout the whole SummerSlam anthology, we finally get to the last one from Ford Field in Detroit, Michigan, August the 5th, 2023. Kid Rock opens it up for us with a great video package, as always, from the WWE. I just wanted to say before this review, I'm Brett Mix from Ultra Wrestling 101. Hit like and subscribe. I pump out history of wrestling videos every day. And also stick up to date with Raw and SmackDown and the like. But let's get this SummerSlam kicked off. It's Logan Paul versus Ricochet. And everyone knows Logan Paul's been impressive. And everybody knows that Ricochet is a great choice wrestler to open the show with. Any match that's high-flying is going to get received well. They usually used to put Rey Mysterio in these matches, especially in WCW. Open with the Rey Mysterio match, and you're guaranteed to have some luck on your side as far as appearance, as far as performance goes. So this match was just all over the place. The high-flying moves left and right. I couldn't believe how well Logan Paul kept up with it. Logan Paul tried to pit he studied pro wrestling, so he tried to hit other entertainers' moves throughout the match, including Hulk Hogan. He even tried to hit a hurricane net breaker like Shane Helms used to perform. Ricochet would just counter back with so many high flying moves. This match, there's 630 splashes, tornado DDTs, sprinting sentons, moonsaults, shooting star press. You can name it, and this match had it. So these men went to the limit with the high-flying offense until one of Logan Paul's buddies came with the brass knucks, put it on Logan Paul's hand, and Ricochet charged towards Paul with a springboard, but Logan socked him right in the face with the brass knucks, and that's the pinfall at 18:02. So Logan Paul wins the match. I rate 4 stars and a quarter. I think it was one of the best SummerSlam openers in history, one of the better ones. The ending sucked, like Michael Cole said. That was a great matchup, but the ending sucked. Took the words out of our mouth, Cole. But if Logan Paul's going to win, at least he wins that way over Ricochet. But not that I'm the biggest Ricochet fan, but Ricochet was very talented in the match. So I rated 4 stars and a quarter. I think this is a big victory for Logan Paul, kicking off SummerSlam from Detroit Rock City. All right, we have Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar next. Interesting spot on the card for them to go second. Cody tried going after Lesnar right away, but Lesnar fought back and hit a German suplex. Cody would strike back with disaster kicks. Lesnar would then spear Cody into the corner, targeting his ribs, targeting the core of Rhodes. This was Cody's first SummerSlam in 8 years, as was pointed out. Cody got back up to the ropes, delivered punches to Lesnar. Lesnar then took him to the outside and delivered an F5 through the table. The fans chanted, "Holy shit." Cody managed to get back up while Cole was trying to tell Cody to stay down. He snuck back in under the bottom rope to beat the 10 count. Cody hit a disaster kick and a springboard leap into a Cody cutter. Cody jumped off the top and got a near fall. Lesnar came back with the Kimura lock submission. Cody countered that and applied it for Kimura lock for a submission of his own. Lesnar was turning purple and then slammed Cody into the mat to force the break. Lesnar tried to lift. Cody got out of that and hit the crossroads, not once, not twice, but 3 times, and that's what gets him the win at 17:34. He goes over Lesnar. Great match here. I rated it 4 stars. Cody wins clean over Brock. That puts him over huge. After the match, Brock lifted Cody's hand in approval. Just an excellent match between the two. Moving on, Slim Jim SummerSlam Battle Royal. We had a number of guys in this one, but it ended up being AJ Styles, LA Knight, and Sheamus in the final 3. AJ would get eliminated by Sheamus after a brogue kick. So it came down to Sheamus and LA Knight. The fans were really hot for the newcomer LA Knight. And Knight jumped up top and hit a belly-to-belly suplex on Sheamus. Cole said it worked tonight. And Knight then clotheslined Sheamus over the top for the floor for the win at 11:55. Huge pop from the crowd. I rate the Battle Royal a 3 stars. As far as Battle Royals go, it was pretty good. Definitely one of the better ones. Battle Royals don't usually hit on the 5-star meter very well, but yeah, I give this one 3 stars. Up next, there's Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey. This was just a typical MMA type match. Of course, like we all thought it would be. The crowd was dead. They were really excited. I mean, we just had the LA Knight victory from the Battle Royal. We just had Ricochet Logan Paul match that was fast and furious. And then we had the match between Cody and Lesnar. So the fans were a little bit tired by this point for a MMA type match. Ronda Rousey dominated it until Baszler got a hold of Rousey in the Kirifuda clutch submission hold. She held it for about 2 minutes until Rousey went unconscious. And at 7:30, winner by technical submission, Shayna Baszler. I'm glad they put Baszler over. Decent match, but again, the crowd wasn't into it, and it was a lot slower than everything that came before it, but I'll give it 2 stars. Next, we got Drew McIntyre versus Gunther for the Intercontinental title. This is continuing on in the trio series. There's Clash of the Castle, there's WrestleMania, there's SummerSlam. A lot of battles between these guys, and Sheamus involved, but not Sheamus in this one. But just the trio have been working their asses off for the past couple of years in these matches that seem to go all out with stiff chops, stiff shots. This one was no exception. Tons of chops, forearms to the chest, tons of hard, stiff uppercuts. These guys really worked their asses off, and it went back and forth. It was a seesaw match. Drew hit a powerbomb followed by a Future Shock DDT for a near fall. Gunther regrouped. He hit a powerbomb for 2. Gunther, so many moves, and he went up top and hit a Superfly splash for a 2 count, and that was another close near fall. Gunther was in control as he slapped Drew and shoved him in the face. There was a hard chop to the chest. Gunther went for another strike. Drew ducked it. Drew ran to the ropes and hit a Claymore and only got a 2 count. So that was another great near fall. Fans chanted that this was awesome. It really was, because if the fans chanted, that doesn't mean it is. If it is really awesome, then great. This was really awesome in this match. Gunther shoved Drew off the top to crotch Drew onto the top rope. Gunther hit a top rope splash, a clothesline, and a powerbomb for the victory at 13:40. I rated it 4 stars. I think with more time, it could have been more of a classic if they told a bit more of a story. But this was just 2 guys beating the shit out of each other, which is great stuff. I mean, it's 4 stars, but so that just shows you if they had a little bit longer than the 13 minutes, how much more these guys were capable of. So 4 stars is already a awesome classic, borderline classic rating. So it's a great rating. So to say that this could be better if it was longer, it really goes out of the way to say that this is an awesome match. So Finn Balor took on Seth Rollins next for the World Heavyweight title. This one was fast-paced early. Both guys gave it their all in this one. This was another seesaw match, back and forth. Another "This is awesome" chant very early into this one. Balor and Rollins really did have the match of the night here. This was a classic. Damian Priest got involved. He ended up putting his Money in the briefcase into the ring. Priest distracted the referee, and Rollins pucked up to hit the stomp onto the briefcase and get the victory at 18:33 as the fans were chanting his song. I give the match 4 stars and a quarter. I thought it was, again, the match of the night. The best match on this pay-per-view. The PLE. The best match on the PLE, they call them now. So the premium live event, spectacular, known as SummerSlam 23, was headlined by Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. But this match here between Seth freaking Rollins and Finn Balor of the Judgment Day was the best match of the night. 4 stars and a quarter as Seth Rollins wins. Plenty of near falls, plenty of close decisions, but in the end, Seth won, and it was a great match. Next up, we had Asuka, Charlotte Flair, and Bianca Belair in a great triple threat match for the Women's Championship. This match, they utilized the 3 women in the ring very well. They utilized, what I mean by that is when 3 people are usually in the ring, they usually throw one to the outside in triple threat matches, and they have the 2 people wrestling in a singles match. pretty much. That was how it seems until the third person gets involved and breaks the near fall. This one, they had cool sequences like ducks and cool other counter moves to incorporate the third person without having to eliminate them out of the ring. So this match really went far in that respect. Belair was doing a ton of great high risk moves. Charlotte Flair hits her moonsault, of course, to the outside to Bianca. Asuka hit a superplex on Flair. Asuka ran the ropes and Flair hit a spear for a 2 count. Flair went for the figure 8 while Belair made her way back towards the ring. She was away from the outside as she was injured earlier in the match. Belair went up top, favoring her right knee injury, and with a 450 splash on Flair for a 2 count. You could see Flair staring at the referee to watch the count to get it right. The shoulder was up at the last moment. It was really interesting. Flair and Belair exchanged strikes. Belair put Flair on her shoulders, and Flair got out of it the pinfall attempt. Flair knocked down Asuka onto the floor. Flair applied the figure 8 submission on Belair's bad knee, but Asuka was back up to blow the mist in Flair's face, so Charlotte Flair got taken out of the action with the mist. She drops the figure 8, and then Belair grabbed Asuka and hooked her for the pinfall into an inside cradle at 20:47. Bianca Belair wins and is the new champion as Charlotte Flair has full of mist, and her figure 8 was broken while Asuka was shocked, caught up in an inside cradle roll-up. While Bianca Belair wins the women's title, but she didn't get long to celebrate because up next came Io Sky with the Money in the Bank briefcase. She cashed it in victory, and there was a big pop for that at 10 seconds with an over-the-top moonsault. So, new women's champion Io Sky after new women's champion Bianca Belair. No rating for that match as it was just a cash-in. This SummerSlam had a lot of great matches. This one was the main event, though. The undisputed WWE title on the line, Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. Again, just like all the other matches of the night, this one brought it. This one was methodical. It was slow. It got to its place good. The pacing was really portrayed well. For a match that didn't go 45 minutes, it took about 45 minutes when you include the entrances and all the big spots. It went 36:06, so it was still a long main event, but it was like I said, they paced it very well. Definitely a lot of hardcore moves, a lot of great outside the ring stuff going on in this match. It was a tribal combat match, so there was a lot of weapons, a lot of tables, the barricade they used. There's a spear through the barricade. There was a frog splash through the table. Solo Sikoa got involved. Everybody got involved, it seemed like. Near the end, Jay covered Reigns, but somebody broke up the pin. It was a guy in a black hoodie. Who was it? It was Jimmy Uso. The fans chanted, "Fuck you, Jimmy." And Jimmy superkicked his brother at ringside. This was after Jey Uso had a spear on Roman and got a close near fall. Almost ended the Tribal Chief's reign. But so Jimmy Uso broke up his brother's attempt and then hit a super kick. Roman Reigns looked at Jimmy with a puzzled look. Reigns gave a spear to Jimmy through the table that was set up diagonal in the corner. Broke it, and he broke it. Cole said this is disgusting as Jay got covered by Roman Reigns at 36:06. Roman Reigns retains the title. I rate it 4 stars. It was a long match. Maybe a little bit too long. Maybe they could have cut 5 to 10 minutes from it, and the pacing would have been epic. But it was a classic match, borderline classic match to main event this classic SummerSlam. I rate the SummerSlam event an 8.5 out of 10 as a result of all these great matches that were put together on one card. It was the last SummerSlam I've reviewed. I've reviewed all of them now, and it was one of the better ones for sure. Definitely one of the more higher rated shows of SummerSlam. Not quite on SummerSlam 2002 level, but this is a great one. SummerSlam 2023 is in the books, so I'll be here to review SummerSlam 2024 the night of, as I've done all the SummerSlams. Stay tuned for the next reviews, whether it's King of the Ring, Survivor Series, I'm not sure yet. I'll probably also be doing Raw and Nitro reviews as well, and random pay-per-views. So stay up to date with my channel, hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. This is Brett Mix, and I'm out.